Where is Battlefront III? That's the question millions of Star Wars fans are asking right now. Every day the demand grows on Reddit, on YouTube, on Twitter, trailers, fan concepts, fake leaks, petitions. The Battlefront community is louder than ever because Battlefront III should exist by now. And here's the twist. The game that was once left for dead, Battlefront II, is suddenly alive again. Servers are packed, players are returning, mods are exploding in popularity, and fans are using this resurgence to send one clear message to the developers. We want Battlefront III, and we're not going anywhere. But to understand why this demand is so strong, to understand what Battlefront III could be, and why the community refuses to let go, we need to go back to the fall and redemption of Battlefront II. Star Wars Battlefront was once a legendary franchise. The original games, Battlefront 2004 and Battlefront II 2005, are still considered classics. They were massive, chaotic, and deeply loved by fans. Then, in 2015, EA and DICE rebooted the series. The first game was visually stunning, but lacked depth. There was no campaign, no space battles, and minimal customization. Fans were disappointed, but hopeful, because Battlefront II 2017 promised to fix everything. It would have a full story mode, all eras, free DLC, and no season pass. But then came the loot boxes. When Battlefront II launched, it was pay to win. Heroes were locked behind hours of grinding, or real money. The backlash was immediate. Reddit exploded. News outlets covered the outrage. And one infamous EA response became the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. Disney even stepped in. The controversy was so big, it made headlines on CNN. EA had no choice. They pulled back, reworked the entire progression system, and slowly, painfully, the game began to rebuild. From late 2018 to 2020, Battlefront II entered its golden age. The updates were incredible. Geonosis was added, with massive battles and the return of General Grievous, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Dooku. Capital Supremacy brought massive, multi-phase Clone Wars battles. Co-op became one of the most beloved modes in the game. Scarif returned, bringing Rogue One content back. New reinforcements, appearances, emotes, and mechanics kept the game feeling fresh. By mid-2020, fans began calling it one of the greatest redemption arcs in gaming history. But then, in April 2020, just as the game hit its peak, EA announced that support was ending. No Battlefront III, no Mandalorian content, no more Clone Wars updates. The community was devastated, but the story didn't end there. In the years after EA ended support, something unexpected happened. The community refused to let the game die. Modders stepped in, and they didn't just add small skins. They created entirely new heroes, maps, factions, and eras. The Mandalorian? There's a mod for that? Clone Wars Season 7, modded in. Cal Kestis, already playable. New Order, 66 missions, modded and playable. Custom clone legions, custom UI, Mandalore maps, lightsaber stances, even Order 66 game modes. The modding scene exploded. Meanwhile, the player base kept growing. The game was made free on Epic Games Store in 2021, and over 19 million people claimed it in 1 week. The servers crashed from the overload. In 2022 and 2023, interest remained steady. But in 2024, and now in 2025, something changed. In the past year, Battlefront II has seen a massive resurgence. YouTubers like Cinematic Captures, Star Wars HQ, and Azatru have returned to the game. Modding channels are exploding with views, and the player count is back to launch levels on PC and consoles. Why? 1. Star Wars is hot again. With shows like Andor, Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, and The Acolyte, people are coming back to the galaxy. Second, Battlefront II is the best Star Wars sandbox ever made. You can play as clones, Sith, Jedi, Rebels, droids, across all eras in giant battles. Third, nostalgia. Many who were teens in 2017 are now adults and returning to the game. But above all, there's a feeling in the community. Imagine what Battlefront III could be. Let's be honest, Battlefront II is incredible, but it's still a 2017 game. What would a modern Battlefront III look like? Fans have ideas. Unreal Engine 5 graphics, fully destructible environments, massive 64 versus 64 battles, space-to-ground combat like in Battlefront Elite Squadron, dynamic weather, time of day, lightsaber combat like in Jedi, Survivor, Mandalorian content including Din Djarin, Bo-Katan and Grogu, Ahsoka Tano, Cal Kestis, Baylan Skoll, massive open battlefields like in Battlefield 2042, custom loadouts for each trooper type, squad commands and real teamwork, return of galactic conquest mode. Players want a game that feels like Star Wars, but plays like a next-gen war simulator. They want the ultimate galactic experience, and with the tech we have now, it's absolutely possible. So, why hasn't Battlefront III happened yet? In short, EA hesitated. According to reports from former DICE developers, Battlefront III was pitched, but EA rejected it, saying it was too expensive to license Star Wars again. They wanted to focus on Battlefield, which ironically flopped. Meanwhile, Lucasfilm Games reopened Star Wars to other developers. We now have Jedi, Survivor, Respawn, Outlaws, Ubisoft Massive, Hunters, Zynga, Knights of the Old Republic remake, in limbo, and rumors of a first-person shooter and a strategy game in development, but no Battlefront III yet. Still, hope remains. There are whispers, rumors, leaks. Some say Respawn might take over the Battlefront series. Others think Ubisoft could try something similar with Outlaws mechanics. And fans keep calling for DICE to return, but only if they bring back the old team. There's also a growing movement online. Petitions, trending hashtags, forums, and full-on fan trailers. Modders are even trying to build Battlefront III themselves. The community is ready, the technology is ready, and the fans, they're louder than ever. All that's missing is someone to say yes. Outro Battlefront II refused to die, and now it's become the symbol of something greater. The return of players, the explosion of passion, the power of a community that never gave up, all of it is a signal. We're ready for Battlefront III, not a reboot, not a half-finished game, but a true next-gen galactic war, with Clone Wars, with the Empire, with the Mandalorian, with everything. The future of Star Wars multiplayer isn't over. It's just waiting to be unleashed. Let me know in the comments. Would you play Battlefront III on day one? What do you want to see in it? Like, share, and subscribe if you believe it's time we return to the battlefront. May the Force be with you.